You're a hardworking single dad, bone-tired after a grueling day at the office, juggling deadlines and diaper changes. You push open your front door, expecting the usual chaos of toys scattered everywhere and dinner half made. But instead, you freeze in shock. There in your messy kitchen is your CEO, the powerhouse boss who's all business suits and boardroom decisions, scrubbing your sink with her sleeves rolled up. Dishes are sparkling, counters wiped clean. What on earth is she doing there? And when she turns around and explains why, it hits you like a wave, bringing tears to your eyes. This is a story that proves one act of kindness can change everything. If stories like this touch your heart and remind you of the good in the world, hit that subscribe button right now for more from Kindness Diaries. Don't forget to like this video and drop a comment below. Share your own kindness story. We'd love to hear it. Meet Mike Thompson, a 38-year-old engineer from suburban Chicago. Life hadn't been easy for Mike since his wife, Lisa, passed away 2 years ago from a sudden illness. Left alone with their 2 young kids, 6-year-old Emma and 4-year-old Jack, Mike threw himself into his job at Technova, a mid-sized software company. It was the only way to keep the bills paid and the roof over their heads. Mornings were a blur of cereal bowls and school drop-offs, evenings a mix of homework help and bedtime stories. Weekends? Forget about rest. They were for laundry mountains and grocery runs. Mike loved his kids more than anything, but the exhaustion was real. He hit it well at work, always showing up on time with a smile. But lately, the cracks were starting to show. His boss, Sarah Reynolds, was the CEO of Technova. At 45, she was a force of nature, sharp, driven, and known for her no-nonsense style. She'd built the company from a startup garage operation to a thriving business with over 200 employees. Sarah demanded excellence, but she also noticed things others missed, like how Mike's reports were impeccable, but his eyes looked heavier each week. One Monday morning, Mike called in late. Jack had spiked a fever overnight, and Emma's school bus was delayed. By the time Mike rushed into the office, disheveled and apologetic, Sarah pulled him aside. "Everything okay at home?" she asked, her tone softer than usual. Mike brushed it off with a quick, "Yeah, just kid stuff." But Sarah saw the strain. That afternoon, Sarah couldn't shake it. She remembered her own struggles years ago. As a young single mom after her divorce, she'd clawed her way up the corporate ladder while raising her son, Alex, alone. Nights were lonely, days overwhelming. If not for a kind neighbor who occasionally babysat or cooked a meal, she might not have made it. Now, with Alex in college and her career soaring, Sarah had the means to pay it forward. But she wasn't one for grand gestures. She preferred quiet actions. Glancing at Mike's employee file for his address, something she rarely did, she made a decision. After work, she stopped at a store for cleaning supplies and headed to his modest ranch-style home in the suburbs. Mike had texted his babysitter to stay late, but when he pulled into the driveway around 7 p.m., her car was gone. Panic set in. Were the kids okay? He burst through the door, calling their names. Emma and Jack came running from the living room, giggling. "Daddy, Miss Sarah is here. She's making the house pretty." Mike's jaw dropped as he followed their pointing fingers to the kitchen. There was Sarah, hair tied back, wearing an apron over her designer blouse, rinsing the last plate. The counters gleamed, the floor was mopped, and a pot of spaghetti simmered on the stove. The kids' toys were neatly organized in bins, and even the fridge had been wiped down. What's going on?" Mike stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. Sarah turned, drying her hands on a towel, a gentle smile on her face. "Mike, I hope you don't mind. Your sitter let me in. I told her I was from work and here to help. The kids have been angels. We played games while I tidied up." Mike blinked, confusion mixing with embarrassment. His house wasn't filthy, but it wasn't CEO visit ready either. "But why? You're my boss. This isn't your job." Sarah set the towel down and motioned for him to sit at the table. The kids scampered off to watch cartoons, leaving them alone. She poured 2 glasses of water and sat across from him. "Listen, Mike," she began, her voice warm like a favorite aunt's. "I've been where you are. Years ago, I was a single parent too, scraping by, feeling like I was failing every day. Work was my escape, but home was a battlefield of chores and worries. One day, my boss at the time, a gruff old guy, showed up unannounced with a casserole and offered to mow my lawn. He said, 'Sarah, we're all in this together.' That small kindness gave me the strength to keep going. It reminded me I wasn't alone. Mike felt a lump in his throat as she continued. I see that same fight in you. You're an incredible dad and a top engineer. But everyone needs a hand sometime. Today, when you mentioned the kids, it hit home. I didn't want you walking into more chaos. So I thought, why not? A clean house, a hot meal. It's not much, but it's something. Tears welled up in Mike's eyes. No one had done anything like this since Lisa died. Friends had helped at first, but life moved on, leaving him to shoulder it all. Here was his CEO, a woman he admired from afar, seeing his struggle and stepping in without fanfare. I don't know what to say, he choked out. Thank you doesn't cover it. Thank you doesn't cover it. Sarah reached across the table, patting his hand. You don't have to say anything. Just know you're valued, at work and as a person. If you need time off or help with the kids, my door's open. They shared the spaghetti dinner, the kids chattering away, turning the evening into something almost normal, almost healing. Word spread at Technova the next day, not through gossip, but because Mike couldn't stop smiling. Colleagues noticed the change, and soon small acts of kindness rippled through the office, covering shifts, bringing coffee, listening more. Sarah's gesture sparked a company-wide kindness chain, where employees nominated each other for support. Mike's life didn't magically fix itself, but that night shifted something inside him. He started accepting help from